Now, going into festive season, I want to talk about phishing because we're getting a lot of emails from different stores, different promotions.
Mm-hmm.
What should we be aware of when it comes to phishing?
I think the key thing is to ensure that you understand when you get a new email. Mm-hmm. Do you really understand who it's coming from, and do you trust the source that it's coming from? And if you don't, you should probably seriously consider deleting that, and you certainly shouldn't be looking to open any attachments within that. The other piece is think about what you're sharing about yourself and your life on social media. So it's one of the techniques so phishing comes into two categories. Mm-hmm. There's the kind of the broad scattergun approach, where we send out hundreds of millions and hope that somebody gets hit. And then there's what we call spear phishing, which is very, very targeted, aimed at yourself specifically. And you'd be amazed at the amount of targeting that criminals can use to hit us because of the information about ourselves that we so freely share. So it would have been perfectly reasonable and very innocent and very understandable for me to put on my Facebook page, where I'm going at any given time, that I'm excited about a specific
trip.
About the
interview here at
really looking forward to my interview in Cape Town and so on and so on. But without thinking about it, if my Facebook page is unsecured and open to the public, now anybody can search on me and know that I'm in Cape Town right now.
Yeah.
I might check in at the airport on my way home, so they now know that I'm leaving and going home. So when I get an email on Friday morning saying, "Hi Dave, hope you had a great trip to Cape Town, and I hope you had a good flight home," that's quite personal to me, and I'm likely to trust that.
Right.
But actually, it could conceivably be from somebody that's spoofing and specifically targeting me, simply by utilising the information that I'm perhaps unwisely giving out to anybody who cares to look.
So then how do you determine who's, in a case like that, it could be maybe someone you work with not often, so you think, oh, maybe another person, maybe I don't. How do you determine if it's a phishing email or an email from a friend or acquaintance or colleague or an agency that you may work with once a year?
It's very difficult to, in all honesty. I think you can minimise your chances of receiving that kind of email by minimising the amount of information that you share, but also ensuring that things like your Facebook profile are locked down and only shared with people that you're connected to.
Yeah.
And then the other thing to do is think each time you receive an email. If I've just had an email from somebody that I haven't spoken to for 6 months, and they've attached an Excel file, I probably want to have a close think about, is that really a file I want to open? Mm-hmm. If it's from somebody that I get Excel files from on a daily basis, then it's probably okay and I should open it. But hopefully, backing up all of the sensible behaviour that I put in place is the right technology, that in the event that I do open the wrong file, the technology is there to catch it. But it should be it should be a backstop rather than our only defence mechanism.
All right. Now I wanted to ask you one more question about phishing. I know a lot of stores send out the emails with the discounts and the deals for festive season, and those are very easy to replicate. Mm-hmm. Now, how do you determine if it's coming from a trusted source? You don't?
To be honest, you largely don't. So you should. There are certain ways.
Okay.
For example, in most email browsers, you'll see a link within the email.
Right.
If you hover the mouse over that link, or hover the pointer over that link, but not click it, that will generally pop you open what link it's going to take you to.
Okay.
And if the link that pops up in the additional window, the sort of the context sensitive window, is different from the link that it's purporting to be, then you should be thinking twice. But also look at the URL itself. Right? Is it the right email for the shop that has sent you the email,
Right.
or is it a different place? If it's a different place, again, you want to be thinking twice before clicking on it.
Woolworths@gmail.com would not be a trusted one. Hey. I think people often get thrown off by that. They'll just take the store name and put it in front of the Gmail or Hotmail, and
Right.
you see Woolworths and you think that's okay.
But equally, you get an email from Woolworths, and when you hover over that link, it's not www.woolworths. Then it probably hasn't come from where you think it has.